not for everyone. No, it's a train of thought for me, goddamn. My content ain't for everybody, and that's okay. No, it's a train of thought for me. You over there bringing your blood pressure up, and they watch me disturb your own goddamn peace. Oh, hope you find peace with your own neighbor. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I say this respectfully. Just because someone gave up on you, overlooked you, or made you feel like you wasn't worthy, they said that you didn't have potential. You wasn't their issue, but you didn't reject yourself another day, becoming your worst enemy. Be continue to be patient with time and day when it comes to your faith. They would never understand that transition. That hold on 1 second. God didn't make a mistake. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And to the genuine ones, and I say this respectfully, the ones with no misintentions, I truly hope all is well on your end. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not, goddammit, and that's okay. Always be yourself and no misintentions. And I say that respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. I'm not a genuine love respect. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? No, it's a chance on me. What the hell is wrong with people? You know, I never understood this one-sided delusional ass mindset at the end of the day. No, it's a trade off for me. You ever was so good to somebody at the end of the day and only for to realize that you misunderstood their own assignment? Showing the fuck up. No, it's the trade off for me. How the fuck you get mad at me because I choose me today? No, it's really trade off for me. And then the motherfucker would sit there and tell people, you mad. Bitch, you the one that's fucking mad. I'm motherfucking glad God was fucking protecting me from your dumb ass. No, it's really trade off for me. How a motherfucker would try to come back into your life and try to spin a block or whatever the case may be. And they don't like the fact that when you reject them, they don't like that you got boundaries today, bitch. They don't like that shit. Not even a little bit. Oh, you got boundaries? Who the fuck you think you are, motherfucker? No, for real. I never understood this shit at the end of the day. You like the moments when I used to crash out, chase behind your dumb ass, whatever the case may be. But now that I'm actually maturing and understanding the day, I understand my words at the end of the day. You wasn't showing up for me and I gotta choose me. You didn't know how to love me, but I wasn't trying to dim my light. No, it's changed over me. I need to treat myself goddamn right. No, it's really changed over me. How a motherfucker would sit there and with a group of people that sit at the end of the day and say that you motherfucking mad because you moved on, but they can't tell at the end of the day that they just got embarrassed, humiliated, all types of shit when it comes to their mental health. What do you mean you're not choosing me? You mean you're not choosing me today? No, it's a change though for me. When you realize in the day what you was dealing with when it come to your past and how that shit don't live in your reality day, that energy hits so different. No, for real. I'm mature for all the fucking right reasons, bitch. You still acting your fucking shoes out. I hope you get your motherfucking life together, you weird ass bitch. No, everything changed over me. A motherfucker would go up against you with a whole group of people, right? And say that you motherfucking mad because they don't want to be with you. But they play the reverse psychology game when it came to that group or whatever it may be. Because this whole entire time, you're not speaking up for yourself, but at the same time, you truly do that motherfucking situation day. First of all, bitch, I said I'm good. I'm moving on with my motherfucking life. Why are you disturbing your fucking peace more than what you supposed to? You gonna talk about I'm mad. Why the fuck would I be mad if I let you go? Why the fuck would I be mad if I'm walking away? No, it's like straight over me. A motherfucker will be so mad at the end of the day that you chose growth, that you chose self-love. I want to step all over you, motherfucker. I don't like this new vision of you. I fucking hate you. I hate your fucking guts. No, for real. A motherfucker would swear up and down that you was be chasing behind them. Nah, I let you go for all the right reasons. No, it's a check on me. That door is closed about motherfucking face. Not with you, though. No, for real. You ever was so good to somebody and they misunderstood their own assignment at the end of the day? Because their norm was manipulate somebody. Their norm was sex in their pockets. Their norm was, I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to project controlling issues towards you. But nobody will ever believe you at the end of the day. But hold on 1 second. When I pick and choose to deal with you, that's when you're supposed to show up. Bitch, you made a motherfucking mistake when you came up to that the fucking train of thought at the end of the day. What's wrong with these fucking people? No, for real. Because at some point in time, a motherfucker be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm willing to choose me today to understand the day. You wasn't even worth my time today. And I was chasing my who? Bitch looks are very fucking deceiving. Have a good day. No, it's trade though for me. My content is not for everyone. I say that respectfully. Practice makes perfect when it comes to your vocabulary. They would never understand. Hold on 1 second. Wow. Yeah, you chose you have to them your life, but they would never understand. Hold on 1 second. God will show you your representative. Your representative. You know, certain words are not my vocabulary for all the right reasons. They would quick to reject you because of your speech, let alone your disability, let alone you speak differently. But never get discouraged because when God is by your side, they would never understand how God didn't dim your light. Now, as a change, don't be always be yourself, but nobody less attention. When God is truly your reputation, your root, God is truly your reputation. He's representing you. She's representing you. They wouldn't understand how you understood that room when it came to hold on 1 second. You got folks so bent out of shape, all because you understood to be yourself. Being authentic is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. They would never understand time. No, as a change, don't be. I'm always be myself regardless. They wanted you to be a crash out, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. He wants you to be a crash out, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. He wants you to be a crash out, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Hold on 1 second. I was just trying to elevate. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. They want to call chaos and confusion. They watch me disturb their peace. They watch me disturb their peace. I chose myself, not the dim my light. Love yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Here, they put you in competition, but you was never part of their race. Love yourself, not the dim your light. They said you whack, hit your corner, you are nobody, but you understood. Hold on 1 second. Trials and tribulations was truly your existence, truly paying attention. You was their issue because you understood your lane. They tried to ruin your reputation because they wanted to do you wrong. The sneak this and was real loud. The disrespect was whole loud. They would actually make themselves truly proud. They listened to that competition when you was never competing, loving yourself, the better yourself. They would never understand your existence. You know, with time and patience and time and day. My vocabulary may not be the same, but I still know how to respect my neighbor to stay in my lane. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. They wanted you to crash out, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Say crash out, but why? It's crazy how they had to point out all the lies. That wasn't even endured within you. They didn't want folks to see your point of view. You know, being your authentic self. They wanted to shortchange you when it came to your blessings, but God was truly protecting you when it came to your mental health. It'd be the train of thought for me. How folks truly be competing when you were never in competition. That balance, hold on 1 second, was truly unstable one day. It was a part of a journey. Hold on 1 second, understanding your testimony while you understand yourself today. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Love is real, love is one of a kind. Wow. I didn't have to prove to you I wanted to value your time. I actually spoke loud in words when it came to existence. To hold on 1 second. Them pointless conversations when it came to your passion, living your reality today. How the love of your life wasn't staring in the wrong direction. How folks try to paint somebody out to be someone they truly wasn't. You know, when someone good walks into your life, it's so many he say, she say, got something to say about the innocent person that truly got potential, and it wasn't your issue. Only the rest of hold on 1 second. You almost overlooked yourself when it came to your words. Only for you the rest, you was truly a leader, not a follower. You wasn't trying to fit in anymore. When folks was steering you the wrong direction. Only for you the rest of hold on 1 second. You was trying to better yourself when it comes to your intentions. Imagine missing out on a blessing, but you didn't reject yourself because God was truly showing that you was truly worthy. Hold on 1 second. Someone could truly be capable of loving you properly. You know, the outside world was so cold, but only for you to realize that someone truly walked into like to protect your heart when it comes to your mental health. Allow you to actually express yourself to the right person, even when the outside world was trying to stay in the wrong direction, because this type of stuff actually happens. How someone could truly walk into your life and someone truly sees potential within somebody and they ain't trying to hurt nobody, let alone discourage somebody. The energy is different when you got good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. Folks be swearing you be talking about like a bad habit, but damn, that innocent person wasn't trying to catch a case. You know, imagine walking into someone's life and it was truly a blessing. It wasn't just a lesson. It was understanding that, hold on 1 second, my reaction of what I used to go through, I don't go through it that today. The trauma and pain, the dysfunctional mindset, hold on 1 second, I actually healed when it comes to time and day. How when the love of your life truly steers you in the right direction, showing you better days ahead, regardless if you didn't pray the same. The energy is different. Because people will walk into your life regardless of how long you knew them, temporary or not. How someone could truly blindside you, trying to paint a point of view as somebody they truly not. You know, the one that actually wants to get to know you, You know, the one that wasn't a mistake when God truly shows it. Hold on 1 second. That's Babe right there today. No, it ain't the trade off for me. How when someone truly got good character traits, someone's mentally stable, emotionally available. They got good days, bad days, misunderstanding. They're trying to get their life together just like the next person. But they ain't got malicious intentions. They ain't got to play with spoken and toxic with your time and day. Someone actually understood your vocabulary when it came to valuing your time, when it came to hold on 1 second, I ain't trying to run game. It wasn't lust, it was real love. Only for you to realize that hold on 1 second, someone was really keeping it real with you, love. Love is real, love is one of a kind. What the right one truly for you, that energy is different. Someone can actually paint a picture to you and show you how they actually express themselves, to show you, hold on 1 second, I can actually deeply go within. Emotionally available, something that you was always asking for, someone keeping it real with you, being on the same page. Hold on 1 second, when it came to time and day. You know, God works in mysterious ways. It was days you didn't even understand and believe in yourself, to understand that prayers do come true. You know, miracles. Who would have knew that the love of your life would truly be patient with you? You know, when the outside world try to cause you chaos and confusion, the love of your life, you walk into the right person's arms, hold on 1 second, and truly protect your mental health. You know, your heart, hold on 1 second, I think you mentally unstable. You ain't have to be a crash out another day. The energy is different. You almost gave up on a love department, but God wants you to stay in the wrong direction. God closed certain doors in your life for all the right reasons. Who would have knew? Love is real, love is one of a kind. What the right one truly for you, that energy is different. Someone actually got to know you for who you truly was. They actually saw you, not to overlook you. Someone wasn't projecting trauma and pain, discouraging you. They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it because they was truly being official with you. You know, being faithful the first time around. That one lie was told they didn't have to get physical, let them put their hands on you. Someone bringing peace into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because most energy is different, when someone actually walks into your life, they show you that, hold on 1 second, true love was never complicated. The energy is different. Opposites attract sometimes, but who would have knew? Maturity actually looks different on you. You know, you're not acting your shoe size, you're acting your body weight. They would never understand your emotional healing that you truly went within. Understanding that, hold on 1 second, someone can truly keep it real with you. It allows you to feel. It allows you to heal those wounds that were truly holding you back. Not to get discouraged another day. Hold on 1 second. How pain and trauma was real. But God truly showed you that someone could truly keep it real. Saying I do to the right person. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 30 years. You put a name in your book when it comes to your relationship. Mine said, hold on 1 second. They said fairy tales don't exist, but that's a lie. Because when the right one walks into your life, it wasn't a lie told. Someone praying for you, not against you. Someone's your biggest chili opposed person behind closed doors. That really hits different. How someone was truly showing you they wasn't here to take your kindness or weakness. Imagine someone overflowing your cup and falling in love with the same person every single day in the most healthiest way. Or even exchange. Someone truly maintaining your smile that see you frown. The energy is different. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. When the right person walks into your life, true love is not complicated. And true love is not lust. True love is not sex about they thought process, they free in their pockets or their eyes, saying I say that respectfully. And true love is not complicated. It's not competition. It's not I'm gonna outdo you better than you. Nah, that's not how that works. And I say that respectfully. That's why a lot of relationships don't work. Someone by your side that actually see, hold on 1 second, I one day want to change your diaper. No, it's changed on me. Goddamn, we gonna get on one day, right? It's changed off for me. Or let alone, who knows, you get sick. Someone by your side, they ain't trying to make you emotionally unstable. They trying to show you at the end of the day, I got your back. Your past gave up on you, you know how to love you properly. But I actually meant what I said that day when I got to know you. I'm here for you. No, it's changed on me. Always be yourself, but don't let attention. I gotta go. Someone mentally stable, emotionally available, financially stable. Y'all both was on the same page. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Able to communicate with the right person, be on the same page. Who would have knew? Common sense actually made sense that day. When God was sleep protecting your heart, two people who would have knew? Showing up for each other and your past living in reality day, something that you wasn't running from. Who would have knew? That love was truly real. With the right one truly for you. How God showed you better days ahead. God was sleep protecting his union, showing you to hold on 1 second. True love can truly last with no hidden agendas. I'm not genuine love respect. And my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I never work with anybody, and I do not work with nobody when it comes to my creativity, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. I say this respectfully. Do not give up on yourself when someone says that you don't have potential. Don't give up on yourself when someone doesn't understand your point of view that God endured of you within you when it comes to being authentic, or when it comes to God is not for sale. And they don't understand that the blueprint that God installed within you when it comes to your anointings and when it's truly protected, and you ain't doing it for likes and views when it comes to maturing. The energy is different. They would never understand why you stand before yourself today when they try to compete with you when you was never in competition. God saw what they was doing behind closed doors. They try to violate you, disrespect you up close in person, make you feel like you're supposed to be uncomfortable. But God showed you balance and hold on 1 second, you was worthy at the end of the day, choosing you. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I'm Naya Genuine Love Respect. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy and protect you and your family and stay out of trouble. You matter and you're worthy. True love is not complicated and it's not supposed to hurt. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. I say that respectfully. Some folks may not agree, but you can truly walk into someone's life regardless to your upbringing or regardless to what you endured from a child point of view going into your adulthood. How someone can truly bring the best out of you most healthiest way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. It ain't competition when it comes to real love. It's not gonna make sense at the end of the day, and especially when you got hidden agendas and you got motives not to see someone elevate. But God sees everything. You could truly walk into someone's life and make sense of being someone's peace. Make sense of those first beginning stages as to talking to somebody. You know, when you first start talking to somebody, how those stages feel too good to be true. But someone can truly walk into your life and show you better days every single day during that journey. Someone choosing you, someone not overlooking you, someone not wearing a mask to mislead you with pain, someone actually is showing up emotionally available, someone actually loving you and they're not projecting lust, and they didn't have to play with sport and the toxic to get your time and day. They didn't have to gaslight you to ruin your reputation because they understood that, hold on one second, it took time to understand your own faith. They would never understand the shoes that you walk when it comes to your healing journey, when it came to your upbringing, but they're here to be there for you, to be your biggest cheerleader, to root you on, and to do you wrong. When they're back, hold on one second. When your past couldn't show up for you, let alone respect you regardless who was there for you that day. You know, because when folks said they're in your life, and only for them to turn around and disrespect you, and only for them to have jealousy and envy and hate towards you, they play you close and act like they so for you. But when the right person comes into your life to truly be your peace, that energy is different. True love is not supposed to hurt. And I say that respectfully. And when you have the right person by your side, they see you, they hear you, they're not overlooking you. And they're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. The energy is different, confirmation. True love is not supposed to hurt. It's not. I'm not into love respect, and it is possible to fall in love with the same person every single day and be someone's peace. You don't always have to argue with somebody or disrespect somebody or put your hands on somebody to be aggressive with somebody to love them properly. And I say that respectfully. I'm not edging on love respect, and my content is not for everyone. I'm not begging nobody to like my video. I'm not begging nobody to subscribe. And one thing I don't have to do, I'm far from the hater, goddamn. I hope you find peace in your life because my content ain't for everybody. Have a good day. I gotta go. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. And I say that respectfully, and I do not worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Regards to who tries to blackmail me, regards to who tries to frame me, regards to who tries to disrespect me or pay me out to be something I'm truly not. I'm very so much thankful that God has allowed me to see that I am worthy of choosing me. Regardless if you try to make me homeless, if you try to get me locked up or put me in the sideboard, all because I spoke up for myself. And I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to project fear in you, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you're not doing it for likes and views. I do not gang stalk people. I do not hack people's devices. I do not hack people's devices. I don't destiny to other people. And I don't gang stalk. I don't hack people's devices. And I do not steal anyone's destiny. And I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. And I do not play with spoken in a toxic way, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Every community is truly not for you. The right community that's truly for you is going to respect you. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. They won't have that mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy within you. They will never stop you from elevating. They will not sit there and gang stalk you or hack your devices or project spell on you or energy harvest off your energy or even try to destiny swipe at you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And if someone is truly not for you within that community, they stay in their own lane. They don't have the mindset of not being a girls or a dudes, or they don't like this community, they don't like that community, to kick somebody down, to stop somebody from elevating. They don't have the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy within them, to try to get somebody robbed or to try to get somebody locked up because someone is more creative than them, or someone is more spiritual than them. They don't have that mindset. They don't have that mindset of getting someone locked up or putting them in a sideboard, because they don't have the mindset of having hate and jealousy within them. Respect's a two-way street. You know, when you respect your neighbor, that hate ain't in your vein. Respects up, hates down, respects up, hates down, respects up, hates down, neighbor, 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 stay in your lane, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You don't like your neighbor, stay in your lane. Hold on 1 second. It was one-sided. Competition, competing. Hold on 1 second. You had all the animosity, but you forgot to love yourself. Projecting all that energy. You could choose yourself. And when you get lost in your words, you get discouraged. You don't like for someone because they chose themselves. You don't like someone because of your own personal reasons, because you listen to he say, she say, when you're supposed to be a leader, not a follower. You rather someone dim your light and you could truly love you. You rather listen to pointless conversations about an innocent person, but you forgot to get to know them. It be the train of thought for me. Folks be acting their shoe size and their body weight. It be the train of thought for me, but they sit there and call you slow, stupid, and retarded. Hello, I gotta go. Let alone these motherfuckers be playing with spirit too. What's wrong with these people? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. When the right people walk into your life, and especially when God sends them into your life, your heavenly mother and your father, everybody don't pray the same, but I still know how to respect my neighbor to stay in my lane. When God sends the right people into your life, respect will be a two-way street. It's no competition. It's no jealousy or envy or hate. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And especially when you're a real divine one, or you're a real chosen one, or you're a real star seed, or you're a real child of God. You want your neighbor to elevate and become their best self vision of themselves, even if they're not for you. Just in their own life. Have a nice day. I ain't got Melissa this told you just have a nice motherfucking day. No, for real. I ain't compared to none of that shit. Because everybody has their own purpose. And respect is a two-way street. Certain individuals won't like you because you have beautiful teeth. Certain individuals don't like the fact that you know how to create the go within. Certain individuals don't like the fact that you're unique and different in your own special way. Certain individuals won't like the fact that you don't have to have so much money, but you still are able to maintain a smile. And they can have all the money in the world at the end of the day, but they truly want to see you frown. It didn't matter about someone's tax bracket, how people have this mindset at the end of the day. But I don't mean no disrespect, but hold on, neighbor, stay in your lane with your hidden agendas. God sees everything, and I don't watch the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Never allow a group of people to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing you. Never allow a group of people to make you feel like you got to tear you down because they want you to be a crash out. Everybody don't operate the same. They don't. And you mad and you are worthy. Someone got a job opportunity. Someone had a love offering on the table, whatever the case may be. If it was truly for them individuals would show up for them. If it was truly for them, it wouldn't be no animosity at the end of the day. Because can't nobody stop something from a grown-ass adult from showing up for somebody at the end of the day when they're a real leader. A real leader shows up and respects their neighbor. They not listen to he say, she say about anybody. That's what adults do. They don't listen to he say, she say to ruin someone's reputation. They act their body weight, not their shoe size. Maturity is two different things. They don't got hate and jealousy and envy within their vein. Regardless who goes up against somebody, hold on 1 second, yeah, we're going to have misunderstanding days. I know how it feels where to start. Hold on 1 second. Choosing me to realize, hold on 1 second, I'm more than worthy, but I used to be. I overcame obstacles when I almost lost me. I ain't perfect, but I understood how to choose me. The energy is different when it comes to growth. You wasn't doing it for likes and views that on attention when folks was trying to cloud chase it off your name to disrespect you out loud. How they was hating, talking about you so bad. They wanted to see that you didn't choose yourself to understand that true love can truly last. They had to throw spokers in a toxic way. They tried to get you locked up, put you in this sideboard. Oh, because of hate. It'd be the train of thought for me. How they sit there within sitting there watching you. Just can't wait to see you frown. Just can't wait to see is the spell work actually working. When somebody's not for you, it should be no reason why you're kicking the next person down. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It should be no reason why you got to gather up in a group to just take down one person. Because you have insecurity problems in real life. Or you have an identity crisis within you. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have that mindset. You would take that energy and put the potential within you. You wouldn't sit there and study somebody every single day, be so obsessed with somebody. You know, because God sees everything. You wouldn't be so obsessed with somebody and to have the envious mindset, to have that hate mindset, to try to destroy someone's character so bad that you have to paint lies on somebody, that you have to sit there and say that somebody's like this, they's like that. But then you got the mindset of gathering groups of people in different communities just to play with spoke on an innocent person. But you say that you're a real one. You say that you're so mature. It don't matter about your tax bracket at the end of the day. It really don't. Because a lot of people with lots of money are not that mature. A lot of people with the mindset of having a lot of money, they don't even know how to love themselves. It's one thing when someone doesn't run from their past. And it's one thing regardless of what someone been through in a journey. They still knew how to respect their neighbor, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Regardless if someone had more than them. Regardless if you may have food on your table today. Yeah, you might have missed a meal today, but you still had food to go and open that door and open that fridge that day. And someone that you're putting in competition, someone that you have so much hate and jealousy and envy towards, you rather kick them down. You don't want them to elevate and prosper because you don't know how to respect yourself. But you know what? God saw you. It be the train of thought for me. How folks be trying to ruin someone's reputation when their neighbor knew how to respect them. Their neighbor was never in competition with them because it was never a race. It's never a race when it comes to loving yourself. It's never a race when it comes to choosing yourself because you're on your own timing. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It doesn't matter if someone had a mother and a father in the household or not, because 9 out of 10 sometimes nowadays what happens is it's certain households that don't teach their children certain things, and certain people have to go out there on their own and learn it. And you rather kick somebody down that had to learn on their own. You rather kick somebody down that didn't know how to do something, but they tried and they didn't give up. But you wanted to put them on the spiritual welfare because of the fact that you lack self-control. You lack self-control so bad to the point where you wanted to dig up somebody's past to humiliate them, to do spiritual rituals on them. You told somebody, you acting, you corny, you want nobody, don't nobody give a fuck about you, neighbor, see you later. Because we gonna overlook you. And I'm gonna make sure all the folks is actually showing a potential towards you. I'm gonna make sure that they don't see your point of view. You being authentic, you actually know how to be yourself. Folks, I'm talking about like a bad habit, but goddamn, I put a name to your mask. It be the train of thought for me. How folks be trying to gaslight folks behind closed doors, but God was really keeping the rules whole entire time when that child of God was being pointed to who the enemy was, let alone the devil. That is just different. That's a truly different level. You know, certain individuals say, God, 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 God. But we all don't pray the same. And when you're a child of God, and I say this respectfully, you don't have hate towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. That hate and that jealousy and envy, that's not within you. It's not. Because why are you jealous of the next person when you could become your best self version of yourself? Why are you so mad at the next person because they're willing to choose and to love themselves when you could do that yourself to go within? And healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. I'm Nia G with love respect. I may not make sense to you, and that's okay. Misunderstood and far from a hater. What about you? As a train of thought for me, always be yourself. Never damn your light. Don't get discouraged. Yeah, I'm whack and I'm corny. They said I can't rap, but that's not what I was doing. And I say that respectfully. You try to humble me because I was being my authentic self, but I still chose me. Even when you try to shortchange me at the end of the day, that's what you thought you did. That's what happens in society today, that people feel like when someone is choosing themselves, because certain individuals don't show up for certain people, they're being shortchanged. You can't be shortchanged if you have God in your life. You can't be shortchanged if God is loving you. You can't be shortchanged if God is showing you balance to acknowledge your worth, that you are worthy, the potential that God endowed within you. That elevation is different because God has never been for sale. God has never been for sale. You can have my channel shadow ban all day long, but God is really shining a light on me, allowing me to see at the end of the day, I am worthy and I have to do you wrong. One thing I don't do is run from my past. The energy is different. We're not the same. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, here's a train of thought for me. They wanted to get physical. They wanted to have that fade. They wanted to size you up to project pain. They were saying, hold on 1 second, watch this. I bet you I could trigger them to make them mentally unstable. They gonna be a crash out, watch this. I'm about to shut them the fuck up at the end of the day. Cause they ain't got potential the way they say they do. But hold on 1 second, God had the last say. I love myself, not the dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. The energy is different. Understanding my reality. I wasn't trying to fit in. I damn sure wasn't trying to fit in with the cool kids. I wasn't. The energy is different. Because the cool kids table, they was playing with spoke in a toxic way. They was projecting lust, acting like they was so invested in someone's time and day. They was hacking folks' devices, lying on folks' name at the end of the day. When it come to blackmailing conversations, that hold on 1 second, they never even spoke to the person. The gang stalking was real. Someone spoke up for themselves. Someone was quick to call somebody a snitch. They tried to steal your anointings. They tried to dim your light, but God truly showed you why you were truly in existence. That blueprint that is endowed with you, can't nobody take your authenticity away. It's not on you, it's within you. The energy is different. They would all operate the same, overcoming pain and time and day. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I am not your genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And when someone says that you don't have potential, don't give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. They say that you don't have potential, but when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the vibe. She mighty whether don't dim your light. Go you, neighbor, don't dim your light. No, it's a train of thought for me. Don't dim your light. I was never in competition because I was never competing. They try to antagonize me, to disrespect me out loud, but I continue to keep it moving forward. Even when I got lost in my words, I didn't understand that. Hold on 1 second. It was times where I didn't understand myself. But I honestly practice make perfect when it came to better myself. You may call me slow, stupid, and retarded. That's okay. But one thing I don't do is run from my past. I was never your issue when it came to your self-love. You rather self-destructed and don't realize that, hold on 1 second, you forgot to go within and understand your own mental health. How you shortchange yourself. I truly hope that you find peace within, neighbor, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. I'm not your genuine love, respect, and loving yourself is not a crime. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. I do not worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Loving yourself is not a crime. And when it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. And I never wanted to fit in if I wanted to be different. It's okay to stand out at the end of the day. They're not going to understand your existence. But understand that even exchange that self-love looks different. It brings you balance when it comes to emotional healing. They would never understand that rhythm that, hold on 1 second, God was actually showing love to you when folks overlooked you because they didn't know how to choose you. Always be yourself. I'm not your genuine love, respect. I never gave nobody permission to use my creativity as their own, and I do not work with anybody when it comes to my creativity. And I say that respectfully. I do not work with third-party conversations when it comes to my creativity, and never did. It's funny how folks blackmail you. Act like they would send somebody in to try to charm up on you, act like they truly for you, but you understood your existence. And it was behind a fake page this whole entire time, talking about they actually knew you. And never not one time that you had to call these folks out when it came to their name, when it came to their description, but their mask fell off. They didn't realize how to heal time and pain. They was in competition this whole entire time. The whole time they was comics. But God truly showed you what they was doing behind closed doors, and never not one time did you have to lie or get physical. You ain't have to throw spirit at them the way they did to you, because God was truly handling the business. Hold on 1 second, showing you that you was truly worthy of showing up for you another day, understanding your existence. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. And never allow someone to tell you, never allow someone to trick you out of your spot. It don't matter if someone got more money than you or not. Because when God gives you the guidance and God gives you the strength, the right people are going to show up for you and they're going to support you. The right person's going to walk into your life and truly respect you. And they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders. The energy is different. That balance hits different when you understand your worth. You was never competing with nobody that understands your vision. They try to take your storyline and use it for themselves to make money off your views and likes or whatever the case may be, to try to ruin your reputation when it came to the comment section. But you understood that God was really showing you why you was being patient with yourself when it came to time and day, because you was never in a race when it came to loving yourself another day. They would never understand God's direction. God truly showing you balance, acknowledge your worth, that you was truly worthy. Understand those uncomfortable moments when you was truly on an empty stomach, how they try to get you locked up, put you in the psych board, how they wanted you to be mentally unstable. They didn't want you to recognize your self-worth when it came to your growth. You know that balance that God endowed with you to see your growth? They didn't want you to see that. You know, we all are not the same. It's certain individuals that been through a lot of trauma and pain in their journey. How people didn't show up for them. They overflow so many cups. And they shortchanged themselves. And because they shortchanged themselves, God showed them how to better themselves. Someone can be standing in front of you today, and they probably didn't eat in the last 2 weeks. Someone could be standing in front of you right now, and they actually know what a real life struggle is, and they're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. They know how it feels to, confirmation, pick up the phone, and everybody just want to be in their business. Took about them like a bad habit when they wasn't trying to catch a case. So they get mad because of the fact they can't control the narrative of someone's life anymore. Because you know why? The innocent person said, you know, I'm not going to do myself wrong. I'm going to stop picking up the phone. I'm waiting for God to send the right people into my life to show me I'm truly worthy. It's never competition. I was never mad at that day when you did me wrong. I just asked God to truly show me my strength and continue to protect me from my enemy. When it comes to my mental health, that you said I was supposed to shortchange me. You said I wasn't worthy. You said I'm stupid, slow, and retarded, but you wanted to control the narrative when it came to my pockets, let alone my mental health, to paint me out to be crazy. One thing I was never doing was running from my past. I know how it feels for motherfuckers to say I don't love you. That energy is different, so I had to choose me. Can't pick up the phone and say, I'm hungry today. Wow. You know what's gonna, you know the real reason behind this? Why would you be hungry? Why you don't got no food? Why? 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 But you know what's so funny? When it's you showing love to everybody, it was never a why. I got your back. Hold on 1 second. How much do you need? I got your back. You hungry right now? Matter of fact, I ain't even going to take 2, 3, 4 hours to make you worry. If I'm coming to show up for you at the end of the day. Matter of fact, I'm going to take the last couple of dollars of my show up to that hospital to make sure you okay. Destination at the end of the day to make sure you had food for lunch, dinner, whatever the case may be. Because I had good intentions. How folks would disrespect you out loud to see you frown and make you feel like you bent out of shape when you was never a charity case. That energy is different. Regardless of what you was going through, that temporary situation, you knew that one day that God was going to show you better days ahead. They would never understand how you operate. Wasn't doing it for likes and views. It's kind of funny how someone look at you like the enemy at the end of the day, all because they understood that, hold on 1 second, you actually are somebody. I wish I had the strength that you had. Because mountains, they saying to themselves is, I threw so much spell work at you. I humiliated you so bad. Why the hell you keep getting the fuck back up, goddammit? Stay the fuck down! No. Someone had a journey. Someone had a past. That shit brought them strength. When it came to hold on 1 second, I am worthy. You ain't choose me, you overlooked me. I've been stepped on, kicked down so many times in pointless conversations that I was never supposed to be part of. He tried to ruin my reputation and do me wrong. But I need the validation from God. Only realized that, hold on 1 second, God never let me go. That energy is different. Even when I say this respectfully, God sees everything. When God indulges within you when it comes to your creativity, when God indulges with you when it comes to self-love, can't nobody duplicate you, can't nobody be you but you. And I say that respectfully. Even when they try to humble you to say they're going to steal your creativity from you and make money off of it, you know, God sees everything. Or even when they say they're going to get you robbed, they're going to get you locked up, put you in the psych board, or because you speak enough for yourself, God sees everything. And when God sees everything, and when you're truly protected by your Heavenly Mother and your Heavenly Father, God, they will never understand that, hold on 1 second, your intuition is different. You know, certain people don't believe in God, but God is really real. Because there's so many trials and tribulations that you overcame while you stood before yourself today, and you wasn't doing it for likes and views. You know, especially when you're being gang stalked. That was real. You didn't sign up for certain conversations when it came to certain folks that had jealousy and hate and envy mindset. You know, certain people do stuff for likes and views and cloud chasing. But when God's a reputation into a representative in your life, that strength hits different because you're not looking for clout off of it. You're not doing it for likes and views because God was never for sale, especially being gang stalked. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that on nobody for anybody devices to be hacked. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish it on nobody for someone to be in an environment where they're supposed to feel safe and at peace, and you got your next door neighbor in different area codes telling you every move, what you're doing right now, what you're eating, what you're wearing. They sending pictures of you just to get you robbed or have you such at your free will or to bring harm towards you. I don't wish that on nobody. Because nobody's supposed to be in a mindset of having to live in fear or having to live with watching their back or having to live in the fact that I decided to walk away from somebody that I dealt with in my past, right? And because I walked away from them, now they want to segment my free will. So now they got to gather up people in different communities just to try to rob me or have me segment my free will because they don't want me to elevate. Nobody should have to live like that. When you dismiss somebody out your life, a real person, a human being, I say this respectfully, we don't have the mindset of saying that we're going to psych somebody their free will. And it's funny how people have the mindset of wanting to psych somebody their free will or have them robbed, but then sit there and call somebody slow, stupid, and retarded. It's a train of thought for me. Because your scary ass, what happens to you is, when it happens to you, you want someone to have sympathy for you. You want somebody to have sympathy for someone that you care and love about. You may not care about your mother. You may not care about your father. But it's probably somebody in your life that you came across, regardless if you just met them 6 months ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. It doesn't matter how long you met somebody. It's somebody that just came into your life that you would do anything for, to make sure that they are protected and make sure that nobody bring harm towards them. So it'd be the train of thought for me how people will have the mindset of going against somebody because someone decided to walk away. Someone didn't want to be with you no more. Someone decided to say, you know what, I'm pulling my energy back away from you. I'm going to go in my own lane, go in my own direction. There's no reason for you to sit there and want to sex with their free will, get them robbed, or let alone you got to gather up groups of people in different communities and project spell work towards somebody, or gang stalk them, or hack the devices, or energy harvest off their energy. Excuse me. It don't make no sense. But you call yourself real. And then you manipulate the word God because of the fact that God is changing your life, you said, right? But then you have the mindset of sex about their free will. How is God possibly changing your life if you're ready to sit and sex about their free will? And then you sitting there with a group of people plotting on an innocent person, but you keep saying that you at peace with yourself. You can't be much at peace with yourself if you haven't done the trauma and pain healing yet. You didn't actually mentally go within because you're misunderstanding yourself and you're hurting yourself with your own words and you're trying to do somebody else's life. But God sees everything when you go up against that child of God or that divine one, that star seed, or that chosen one, or that child of God. And I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't care if I don't make sense to you. I am not for you. And God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It's certain individuals that do stuff for likes and views and clout chasing when it comes to gang stalking, when it comes to spell work or whatever the case may be. It's individuals who really are under spiritual welfare. And it's disgusting to see how these same people that play with likes and views and do it for clout be the same ones projecting on an innocent person. It be the train of thought for me that God sees everything. Y'all gather in a group. You don't understand how someone is truly true. Someone standing in their own lane. You understand how they elevate, doing their own thing. It bothers your mental health. How this type of stuff happens. It do. You sitting there saying somebody's a copycat. But you sitting there trying to take notes on their personality. And you don't even know how to act. You can't even put respect when it's due. But just to know you truly inspired at the end of the day. Because God didn't create a fool within that innocent person who truly know how to think for themselves, be their authentic self, got you truly bent out of shape, but it can your sight and day. With your lack of your conscience at the end of the day. I truly hope that you find peace within and better yourself. Putting people in competition when they was never competing because they was never part of the Olympics. Leave innocent people alone. And I say that respectfully. There's something funny about making a joke about someone being gang stalked. There's something funny about that. And then you're making money behind it. Because it's innocent people who go through this type of stuff every single day. And nobody hears them. And not only does nobody hear them, people like you make them quiet. And especially when you go up against your neighbor. It ain't have to do anything to you. But it's kind of funny and disgusting to see how the same people who project spell work on innocent people, you wouldn't be able to walk a day in their shoes. It'd be the train of thought for me. Because God sees everything. My conscience is not for everybody. It's not. Never allow someone to project fear in you. Someone says that you don't have potential. It was their excuse why you know how to respect you. It was their excuse of their demonstration why they didn't know how to love themselves to go within and stay in their own lane and leave you alone. And they said they so grown, they so mature, they got all of these properties, they got so much money, but they realized that, hold on 1 second, when it comes to their balance, when it comes to their mental health, they was truly off. They rather disrespect you, paint you out to be the villain in your story, trying to get you locked up because you actually understood your worth, that you was truly worthy. How they look at you like competition. How they made you the enemy. All because you respected your neighbor. We not the same. Far from a hater neighbor. Have a good day. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, respect will be a two-way street. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. And when the right people walk into your life, maturity hits different. They don't worry. They're not listening to he say, she say. Because they're grown. Not only do they act their pocket sizes, they act their body weight. They ain't acting their shoe size because they understood it wasn't complicated. That energy is different when you come to your mental health and realize, hold on 1 second, why would I want to kick my neighbor down to see them frown? I understood what I overcame when it came to obstacles in time and day. I understood my testimony why I stand before myself today. We may not pray the same, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. I was never in competition. That would be a different type of mission. Hold on 1 second, I understood that receiver. I could be there for somebody to show them at the end of the day we could all elevate together. That energy is different. How folks would get gang up in groups just to kick someone's down, just to make a point of view. Because they got control and issues, because they lack self-control. When an innocent person, they have to do the wrong besides be themselves. Because someone truly have potential. When God sends the right people into your life, respect will be a two-way street. I'm Nia G. Love respect. No, it's Jay, don't be. I gotta go. Always be yourself, but don't molest. Just don't damn your life. Go, you never don't damn your life. And I say that respectfully. People call you stupid, slow, and retarded all day long because of your past or whatever you overcame. You know, when they don't live in your reality today, they would never understand your intuition. Don't ever let somebody tell you, don't let somebody trick you out of your spot. Because you know why? If something is truly for you, it wouldn't be a question. If something is truly for you, it would never be overlooked. When you're in your own lane and God is showing you elevation and God is guiding you, it's just that balance they will never understand. You are worthy. And when they try to steal your creativities or they try to do certain things to blackmail you against you because you was being your authentic self, always know that God saw everything. Certain individuals don't believe in God. They said it was a made-up thing. But God is really real. It was nothing made up about God. Because if God wasn't real, it's certain things or certain folks would not know, right? Remember, God wasn't in the room the whole entire time. And when you're a child of God, you don't play with sport towards your neighbor. You don't energy harvest off your neighbor. You don't destiny swipe with your neighbor. You don't hack their devices. You don't gang stalk them. You don't energy harvest with their energy. You don't try to steal their destiny. That's not a child of God. Everybody's reputation, everybody's format as to showing up as a reputation for God is truly different. And I say that respectfully. It really is. Because a real child of God doesn't have the time to sit there and play with spell work towards their neighbor. The real child of God does not have time to gang stalk somebody. The real child of God does not have time to hack anybody's devices. And I never gave nobody permission to use my creativity as their own. And today is currently May 15th, 2025. And I'm about to close this video out at 1:21 p.m. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Regardless of your upbringing, everybody is not the same. And we all do not pray the same. But just stay in your lane. It be the train of thought for me. There's no reason for you to have this hate and jealousy and envy mindset towards an innocent person. That didn't have to do nothing to you. You like their voice. Who cares? They're not hurting themselves. They're not hurting you. You don't like them. Keep it pushing. There's no need for you to try to ruin someone's reputation to project spark on somebody. You don't like the fact that someone's more spiritually gifted than you. You don't like the fact that someone is more gifted than you in certain areas in their life. You don't like the fact that God is truly choosing somebody to become their better self-vision of themselves. So because they becoming a better self-vision of themselves, because you got lack of self-control, or you got self-esteem problems, or whatever the case may be, you got abandonment issues, or whatever the case may be you got going on within you, you got to try to ruin someone's reputation. And then the part of you trying to ruin someone's reputation, you got to gather up in groups. You got to figure out your mental health real quick to figure out how you going to plan this out to destroy someone's character. How this type of stuff actually happens. And that innocent person wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. That energy is different. My content is not for everybody. If you're not a girls or dudes, there's no reason why you should be around anybody in the first place. There's no reason why you should be playing them clothes. It should be no reason why you air hustling, or you want to know what they got going in their life. You want to know everything about them. Or you shouldn't want to know any of that. It's called tune them out. Just like when you go outside in the world and someone is doing something ignorant, or someone is doing something stupid, or whatever it may be, you zone them out. They're not for you. You keep it pushing. It's no reason for you to get them gang stalked, to have them robbed, or have them set their free will, or for certain people not to see their light when it comes to their potential. It's no need for that. It's too much energy that you're projecting on an innocent person when you can actually love yourself. You can take that same energy and endure it within you. My content is not for everybody. I don't beg nobody to like my video. I don't beg nobody to subscribe. And one thing I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, I gotta go. Always be yourself and no molestations. Always be yourself and no molestations. I'm not aging numbers, but I'll be going live again later on this evening, if I'm not 100% sure. But I actually preach time to the genuine ones when it was intentions. And I say that respectfully, and I truly hope all is well in your end. And I truly hope that you continue to heal when you're mentally ready to, because healing trauma and pain is not a race. And you got to be mentally willing to choose you to remove that mask and mentally go within. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And when it comes to healing trauma and pain or loving yourself, it's not competition. Because when you're in your own lane, but you still know how to respect your neighbor even on their worst day, someone's having insecurity problems, someone's having abandonment issues, someone didn't pay their rent today, someone is late on their car note, someone just lost a loved one, someone is going through so much trauma and pain, but you still know how to respect your neighbor. And one thing I don't do is run from my past. So if I said what I said what the fuck I said. But you forgot to mention what you said when you had control, and this is when it came to me. But at the same time, too, God saw what you was doing. It be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself. And I say this respectfully. You're not wrong for speaking up for yourself. Someone will label you a snitch. Okay? And you're not for me. I'm a representation for myself. And I'm going to continue to speak out for myself. Just like if somebody that you loved and cared, someone did something to them, you're going to get to the bottom of it, regardless of how you do it. Everybody does things differently. But when someone is getting blackmailed, disrespected, and all that, nah, when God is guiding somebody, God is guiding somebody. It's just a different type of language. We all not the same. And it's not a crime to speak up for yourself against gang stalking, against someone trying to blackmail you because you're being you. And never not one lie was told because God was really showing you. And God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. God is not for sale. People use the word God and use it to an extent where they manipulating people, but then be sent behind closed doors, playing with spoke in a toxic way. Gang stalking somebody, projecting spoke in a toxic way, trying to energy harvest of someone's energy. They trying to steal someone's destiny to give it to somebody else. How this type of stuff happen, but you saying that you're a representation of God, or you the God within you? That's not how God operates. It's not that someone's saying that they're better than anybody. No, but that's not the representation of God. And I say that respectfully. You don't have to understand where I'm coming from when I speak, when it comes to my speech. But nobody is perfect. You could disrespect me all day long, call me slow, stupid, and retarded. One thing I don't do is run from my past. I could take accountability for my actions. As the adult that I am today, that's not who I was when I understood better days ahead. I'm not the same person that I was 2 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not. You know, every introduction at the end of the day, when you get to know somebody again, if God even isn't allowing you to, is to respect someone's space. I didn't have to put my hands on you, no shape or form, but you wanted to have me RAP'd. You wanted to have me psyched on my free will. You wanted to have me locked up. You wanted to have me in a psych board. You wanted to have me robbed. You wanted to have me psyched on my free will. But you know, God saw everything. Even when you had to gather people in different communities and you was texting this person, I got a group chat talking about this, it was funny, or whatever the case may be. You know, God saw all of that. And you don't understand how someone continued to keep going. After you tried to send black magic, witchcraft, voodoo in a dark way, or whatever the case may be, chaos, confusion, spells, or whatever the case may be, whatever you did that day, why is it not working? Why? It may have worked on the last person that you probably psyched their free will. They don't got a conscience anymore. They can't tell a story anymore. Or that you got people walking around that you projected spell work on, they would never be the same ever again. They won't be able to talk for themselves, to actually sit down and communicate with you and say that you did this and you did that to them, because you made it to the point where you had so much control in issues that you was able to control the narrative. How this type of stuff actually happens. One thing I don't do is run from my past. And God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. Her mother just lost her baby because someone was jealous and envy. She was raising that baby on her own, but she did a damn good job. Folks be talking about, hold on one second, a single family home. It's somebody actually missing. But who would have knew that God gave that woman the strength to be her biggest motivation? It was days she almost gave up, but she showed up every single day to love her baby. Now she's crying out for that hug. It would never be the same. Because folks try to ruin someone's reputation for likes and views or cloud chasing. It'd be the train of thought for me, that type of pain I wish and wish on nobody. How this type of stuff happens to parents every single day. Their story goes untold or gets overlooked because certain folks don't got self-control when it comes to discipline. It'd be the train of thought for me. That same mother and father, or that same mother or that single father, they was raising a child properly. They was raising a child. It's like something like they free when it come to their mental health. Hold on one second. We ain't have that type of jealousy, envy, and hate in our vein. That energy is there. We all don't operate the same. Yeah, I'm a single parent at the end of the day. But hold on one second. I know I take responsibility for my actions. I understood at the end of the day, I ain't trying to project that type of mindset on my baby. When someone's saying they get their life together for all the right reasons, who would have knew that someone's baby wouldn't be here today? That was a good mother. She still is a good mother. That's still a good father. Single family household. Single family household. So it didn't matter if it was a two-family household or not. A strength of a woman, a strength of a man. Someone get on their knees every single day just walking, praying. God gave me the strength. I love my children. I wouldn't give them up from the world. I don't care how old my babies is. I'm by their side. I'm by their side. And never not one lie was told until someone took their life. And they still by their side. I get justice, justice, justice today. I get justice, justice, justice today. Respects up, hates down. Respects up, hates down. Respects up, hates down. That energy is different. Neighbor, neighbor, stay in your lane. Neighbor, neighbor, stay in your lane. All that jealousy and envy, hate mindset, leave innocent people alone, projecting on someone's baby. Didn't matter what time and day. That's somebody's baby. Let alone, that's a child of God. If someone wasn't doing it for likes and views, that energy is different. You would never understand that baby's true calling. It's so disgusting to see grown men and women have the mindset of tearing each other down in competition with each other. Because you don't want someone to elevate faster than you. You don't see potential within somebody when someone is doing God's job. You said God ain't real. So let me gather up in a group of people to kick them down and see them mentally unwell. Let me do something to make them crash out. Only to realize the hold on 1 second, we all not mentally the same. I ain't got to project that pain. I understood what I overcame. That energy is different. I understood that receiver. God said I was truly the blessed and don't give up on myself today. How this type of stuff happens. People always so quick to judge and say, being a single mother and raising certain individuals in a household, that a mother can't do her job. And that's protect her baby. That's to love her baby and be real with her child when it comes to this world we live in. There's so many single mothers that wasn't trying to play the role as a man, but they did one hell of a good job. It's a man out there that's raising little girls, don't know point A to Z how to start the book when it came to raising them little girls, but he did a damn good job. And he didn't have multiple women around his children. And if he probably had somebody around, they actually respected them children. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. But it's somebody out there who raised a household of a single parent. And they did they damn thing for them children. And regardless of how old them children is, how old them babies is, that parent never left that child's side. Nope. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, bad breakup, they prom day, they worst day, whatever the case may be, whatever they got going on mentally, they never left their child's side. And that was a single parent household. People always quick to judge somebody and say you can't raise a child in this household environment. When someone doesn't have the proper tools, and when someone is too overly overwhelmed, when it comes to being frustrated, or when it comes to someone being overwhelmed because they already have too much baggage going on in the household because they're worried about other things, it's too much. That's where the chaos and confusion comes in. And especially when someone is not prepared for a child. If you're not prepared for a child, you're going to be misled. And if you don't got God in your life, the energy is different. Because when God is in your life, patience hits different. When God is in your life, you understand the hold on 1 second. Not only is God choosing me, but God is allowing me to choose these children. God is going to make a way out of no way. And when God makes a way out of no way, I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be okay. I may not sound more intelligent to you than somebody, whatever the case may be. I may not make sense to you, but I may make sense to somebody. That's why I say my content is not for everyone. It's a mother right now that has over 5 or 6 kids in her household. And she may have a little boy in that household. But he don't act feminine. He manly in the motherfucker. No, he really is. He beat the shit out of you too. No, it ain't though for me. and he protects his siblings, and he protects his mother. And he knows at the end of the day that regardless if it didn't work out with him and his mother, the father and the mother, it didn't work out. She always acknowledged that she did her best. And she always acknowledged that he's not alone. She always acknowledged, regardless if there's no boys around, I got your back. And she was able to get the help that he probably needed, as far as a mentor or whatever the case may be, somebody that she was able to trust in the community. My content is not for everyone. As a single mother with 2 children, you put a name in your book. The relationship didn't work out. But you didn't allow you from stop loving yourself, and you didn't allow you to stop loving your children because they was the world to you. The situation just didn't work out. You took a break from the relationship department, and you was focusing on your life, loving you, healing when it comes to trauma and pain, but you would still be able to balance that out to be there for your children. You put them in sports. They had mentors, their coach, and they were good coaches because they showed your children it's okay to be vulnerable in the most healthiest way. It's okay to feel. It's okay to express yourself. And you just stepped in at the end of the day as the mother, as the support team. Regardless if you didn't have that man in the household, maybe some time has passed, now you got a man in the household, and not only is he in a household, but he's a reputation as to, these boys look up to him now. These girls look up to him now. Why? Because it didn't work out with your previous person that you actually had kids with, but they respect this person so much that he don't got malicious intentions towards them. He don't disrespect them, make them feel like they're not worthy of choosing him. Why? Because you're happy, and it wasn't forced. That is just different. Everybody's walk of life is not the same. And for you to say I do to the right person, you ask your children first. Some people say, why would you ask your children first? Especially when at a young age. To know how they truly feel safe in a household with somebody else. That is just different. Some people don't care about the emotional stability of their children's mental health. They don't. But there are real women and men that actually speak to their children every single day, that actually check in with their children at least 1 to 3 times or 4 times a month or every single day. I know there's some single parents that actually check in with their children because you know why? They was not trying to be a repetition of their past. They know how it feels to not have love in a household. They know how it feels to be overlooked. They know how it feels to be abandoned. They know how it feels to be rejected. They know how it feels for someone not to say to them, I love you. They wasn't trying to be that absent parent, regardless if it was a single household or not. Everybody is not the same. They're not. I may not make sense to you, but I make sense to somebody who's truly for me, and you're truly a genuine one. The energy is different. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. You matter and you are worthy. Stop the violence. I'm not aging in love respect. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother and my Heavenly Father God, and I say that respectfully. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Peace and respect to the neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity, whether don't dim your light, go you neighbor, don't dim your light. No, I don't change on me. I gotta go. Always be a step on my list. Attention. Someone says you don't have potential. That don't mean give up on yourself. You matter and you're worthy. And having self-love for yourself is not a crime. When the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. I don't agree with children being stripped away from their household, and especially when it's a parent that's a stand-up person. But when certain individuals put things in God's hands, the energy is different. And especially when you have the mindset of wanting to sex with their free will. God saw everything. Always be yourself. Don't give up on you because they gave up on you over during your journey. I'm Nia June of Respect. Have a safe year, day, evening, week. You mighty and worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? No hesitate on me. I gotta go. Always be yourself, but no molestation. I'm Nia June of Respect, and today is currently May 15th, 2025. Thank you for your time. I do not work with no third-party conversations, and I say that respectfully, I work alone. Thank you for your time. I'm Nia June of Respect when it comes to my creativity. Loving yourself is not a crime. Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the violence. She mighty where they don't dim your life. Stay out of trouble. Thank you for your time. I'm Nia June of Respect, and God is not for sale.